Time to get some work done. Facebook guys, namaste. God bless. How are all of you? What the hell am I doing back here again? I'm back because I feel like I wasn't finished from last night's segment. I felt like I gave you guys information, but it kind of, I looked at back. I said, wait, I'm missing components here. It felt kind of vague to people, and I gotta check. But this shit fell on my desk again today, man. I want to explain to you guys. These words stood out when I woke up today. Before I headed out to the old hairdresser, he chopped everything off. He had to get rid of all the split ends, man. But these words stood out today as I relaxed on my early morning journaling on this Tuesday. It said, "Work is our love made visible." To me, from last night's show, the whole emphasis of divulging all of this information is for you to work on that love, man. Is for you to work on self and to wake up every day. I got a picture now you guys can't see on my screenshot of the most beautiful sunrise. That's the whole point. You start waking up with this kind of mental enthusiasm on the true power that you have. Life gets a lot more fun, man. It really does. It really does. I'll be honest. I mean, past couple weeks have been intensely stressful at work. And I've had to go back and relive all of these senses to say, wait, relax, bud. This is what's going on. And we deal with this every day. So don't get discouraged. I mean, here I am showing all this information, but I jump in the fight every day. Indeed. It's our ability to understand it. It's our ability to realize, yes, we have this power. We just got to redirect the energy. And it's a practice point. It's us understanding the true power that we have and realizing that when situations arise, and indeed they do, we have these mental power tools to go back on and to realize, wow, I have this power. Let's kind of redirect this energy. I'm kind of stubborn. I've been pushing the narrative. Oh my God. Pushing the narrative. It's Tuesday. It's National Chocolate Day. I'm a chocolate head, man. I love it. And for you plush animal lovers, it's International, let me get the verbiage right, Plush Animal Lovers Day. So if you like those stuffed animals and you're into it, who cares, man? If it makes you happy, go for it in life. Indeed, we're all told to be a certain way. This is what got me in a lot of trouble when I was a little tyke, because I had something in the back of my mind say, wait, there's got to be something different. There's something different about life. There's something different about each one of us, our uniqueness. Why do I got to conform with all the meatballs out there? And I always fought with everybody about that, and lost a lot of friends in the heyday, but who the hell cares? But out of the quote box tonight, I want to share this because if you don't, you whack the mic, man. I did it again. If you don't understand and follow what I'm showing you, which is completely up to you, you're going to basically, this is what's going to happen. From Napoleon, if you don't conquer self, you will be conquered by self. And I had mentioned that past couple of weeks, man, it's been a shit show at work. Not in a bad sense, but the point is it's just been very busy, a lot of changes, a lot more pressure on me, and my body's been showing it in certain areas, saying, wait, this is what's going on. I've had to redirect my energy in a lot of ways, and we have that. I showed you guys last night. There's not 5 senses, there's 15 senses in that mental control panel that we have, and you open it every day, and you live by it every day, whether it's belief and prayer or meditation, mind, will, emotions. We have all this power, but it's understanding how to use it and direct it, because from using it and direct it, you develop an amazing belief from it. And that goes wholeheartedly with work is our love made visible. So if you keep working on yourself with love, life is going to show you all of what's visible about the work that you're doing. So it's never, you got to grasp it for yourself that, yes, indeed, working on self, for self, by self, creates self. And that alone should, I could turn off the camera right now, man, and go to sleep tonight. But that alone should inspire you, saying your work is not effortless. Believe me, the diligence and the due diligence you're doing, analyzing yourself, your thoughts and your feelings every day are going to pay high dividends. you're going to receive amazing recompense from the universe, because it's going to show. It's going to show in your physicality, your mentality, and your finances, and your spirituality about yourself. And keep pushing that narrative every day, no matter what. Yes, indeed, speed bumps are going to hit. And I felt that shit for the last couple of weeks. They are going to come, indeed. But know that you have created. You are a part of the creation of them. And when I realized that, I realized I was overemphasizing what was going on when I should have just rode the wave, man. I should have just been a surfer. I should have rode the wave. Yes, I learned. We all live. We all learn. We all grow. We know, and we succeed. So push that narrative out every day of that best self. Understand, because when you go through what I mentioned last night about the 15 senses, the basic 5 that we were taught by see, hear, smell, taste, and touch, that's just scratching the surface there, meatball. We have 10 other internal emotions and beliefs and thoughts, and on this amazing electrical panel, the mental panel, I call it, of self. And when you start flicking the switch and understanding each one of those that are pre-installed, mind you, you'll start realizing where you're going. You'll start realizing what you're attracting. And you'll realize what Napoleon said. If you do not conquer self, you will be conquered by self. You're going to destroy yourself from the inside out, man. And I so many people that are gifted. Oh my God, I had so many associates that are so gifted, but they self-sabotage themselves because they didn't use the 15 senses. They didn't use, and how should we say, think about how truly powerful they are. They let life dictate their outcome. And I hate that, using that word hate, but I hate to see people do that to themselves. It really bothers me. And that's what happened the past couple of weeks, is that certain people really destroyed their opportunities by not realizing the true power that we have. Because when you understand the 5 senses, understand the 10 additional senses that I showed yesterday from that mental toolbox that we all have, that we all carry every day, you come up with an assumption. Neville Goddard introduced me to that many moons ago. That is life-changing, because what you assume, you are going to attract. Because from those 15 senses, like I mentioned, I have them in front of me. Prayer, praise, worship, faith, meditation. My goodness, they keep going on. Mind, will, emotions, affections, and imagination. You start flipping on those switches and using them to your advantage. You're going to come up with an amazing assumption about what? Life, yourself. Your feelings about self. And that alone should really inspire the hell out of you, because assumption, the act of laying claim to take possession of something. You start understanding that you already have what you want. It's already in here. It really is. Your dreams, your desires, your goals, aspirations, they're all in here. They're just waiting to come out. But a lot of people are saying, how do I get them out? You allow them to come out. You let go of the mental blocks that we've been conditioned to based upon our 5 senses. What you see, hear, smell, taste, and touch every day is irrelevant to what's going on in here. Because the 10 senses that I presented from last night's show are more powerful. The outside world is just a reflection of who you are inside. So if you think about what happened today, think about your life today, what came to you today, and think about the thoughts behind it, you realize what you're creating. It's a revelation of understanding your true power and admitting that every day, man. I'm going to get right to it, because I know you guys have a life. I got a life too, but I'm going to go through what Neville Goddard said about assumption. If you can take those true desires and like I do every day, I journal my desires in action. And in other words, in motion. Energy in motion. I put them in the verbs, and I analyze every word I'm putting on there and just get in the moment and what they call the present. You know, your presence is the present. It's the gift. And you keep enhancing that every single day, because life is going to say, look, this is going to happen, this is going to happen, this is going to happen. And it's up to you to go back to that presence of self that you've always wanted to be. It's the revelation, understanding the true power that you have, using it every day to your advantage, using the additional 10 senses that I mentioned last night's show and again on tonight's show. Do your due diligence, and indeed, work is our love made visible. You're going to start seeing the rewards of your life. But when you digress like I have been the past couple weeks, forgetting who I am and getting immersed by my five senses at work, and I understand what I was attracting. I was understanding the frustrations. I was understanding all these things because I forgot who I truly was. And this is the revelation that you have to understand about yourself. When you realize who you are, you realize what you're attracting. So the past couple of weeks, it's been, yes, indeed, it was a shit show. And I tried, and I kept going out and back and forth. And these mental loops, man, they'll drive you friggin' nuck and futz. But understanding them is great. You can say, wait, yeah, I had a bad day, but it's not a bad life, man. You get past that kind of narrative in life. You get past, oh yeah, it could be one bad day here and there. Know that you're attracting it because you're thinking about it. Even before you get there, you're creating it. You're creating it because of your assumption. And Neville Goddard showed me, like I said before, this belief many moons ago, and that's actually a synonym of assumption. You develop a belief about yourself, and that belief is naturally carried every day. So when you start understanding the other 10 senses that I mentioned before, you'll start realizing, wait, I am bigger than myself, my soul, my spirit, myself included in this amazing life every day. And I'm going to use that to my advantage. So this is what Neville said. And use this, mind you, for your desires, your dreams, and what you truly want in life, to be that whole in life, because that wholeness is going to bring you abundance, and it's going to bring it either in a good way and or a bad way. So what you characterize yourself is what you bring to yourself. You develop an assumption, a belief. You've anchored that into your life. This is what Neville said. Everything that you desire, that you believe you have, you will receive. If you think about your day today, what you thought what was going to happen most likely did happen, man. If you thought it was going to be a stressed out, pressured day, like I had the past couple of weeks, yes, indeed, it turned out exactly that way. Until you get back to the present moment and realize, wait, what are you assuming is going to happen? Because what you assume, you are going to attract. Everything that you desire, that you believe, you will have and you will receive. It is that belief in the thing that makes it happen. The belief is the reality. And he's talking about in a metaphysical sense here. He's saying create the reality before the reality. In other words, living in the moment, in the present, and understanding that. Act as if you were, and you will become. Simply dare to assume you are what you want to be. Who's got the balls to do that? I do. I'll raise my hand every day. I assume to believe in all these characters that I am, and I'm sending it out every day. That's what you get anchored into, the fact that you are bigger than who you think you are. It's an amazing belief in self. It's not confident. It's not this, how should we say, selfish way of living, mind you. No, it's that you believe in yourself. You assume that what you want in life is going to happen. You create pictures and feelings all behind that. Watch how life is going to respond to that, man. Watch how great your life is going to become of it. Ask anybody who has created massive success coming from a shit show. They're going to say, wait, I just started to believe in myself. I started to assume a better outlook. Assumption, I mean, it's going to harden into fact. It starts off maybe as a hazy thought, this kind of, feeling, wow, this might happen in my life, to a belief. And you get to that point and know that the love is happening in your life, or the abundance is happening, or your dreams are happening. You're going to start seeing what they call synchronicities to assume what you're assuming. And it's a beautiful rendition of life. It gives you your power back. I mean, the world is your oyster, man. When you start understanding that and doing that every day, he goes on to say, you start creating this, and you compel everyone to play their part. In other words, you're being that self. You're being that best self. Let me reiterate that and really think about this. And you compel everyone to play their part. You start being that best self on the inside and radiating that, assuming that all is going to happen good in your life. And that's what starts coming your way. In other words, you saw like the law of attraction right there in action. People are only actors. Indeed, they are actors that we bring to us by our thoughts, our feelings, and our beliefs. Most importantly, our assumption of how our day, life, minute is going to be. People are only actors, bearing witness to the mental conversation you are having within yourself. If you really understood what I just said. People are only actors, bearing witness to the mental conversation you are having within yourself. So if you're thinking about a shit show, what kind of people are you going to attract to you? If you're thinking frustration, what kind of situations you think this is what he's getting at? You're just basically creating a mental magnet that you're attracting to yourself every day. I can laugh at it because I'm like, yeah, I was doing that. Guilty number one. He goes on to say, I love this, man. Revelation is awesome. Start now to construct a dialogue that implies the fulfillment of your desire. In other words, you want the love of your life, start being the love of your life. You want financial abundance, start being financially abundant. You want your desires and dreams, start being your desires and dreams. Really grasp the what I'm presenting here. I mean, so many people have divulged this, from Jesus down to Neville Goddard and all in between, have told us to be the part and you will attract it. And this is basically it 101. And I can't wait to share this on a mass scale. This is awesome. Start now to construct a dialogue that implies the fulfillment of your desires. Speak to yourself as though you are already the person that you wish to be. Persist in this assumption, and it will harden into fact. In other words, reality. Bam! That's called a quantum leap, my friends. It is not what you want that you attract. You attract what you believe to be true. So if you believe that you're a total screw-up, life is going to give you more of that. If you believe that you are a success, life is going to give you more success to enjoy. If you believe the love of your life is already here, but yet that so-called love of your life is not here yet, it's going to manifest. But it's up to you to open up that electric panel of power that we have. I had to get my thoughts straight. I got too excited from that last sentence, man. It's understanding the mental power that we have, using the tools that we all do. We all have it. Every single one of us has this immense power to create something out of virtually friggin' thin air. And I'm going to give you one more quote from Einstein before I let you guys enjoy your Tuesday. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. I don't care how many accolades or acronyms you have on or before or after your name or on your friggin' wall, man. What's going on in your frontal lobe is going to create your life. Everything that's going on in the prefrontal cortex that you're imagining, you're believing, you're understanding, outweighs any degree, any kind of accolade that you have. It's how many people that you know with all these acronyms in the front and the back of their name are a mental mess, man. It doesn't matter. I don't care how much intelligence you have. It's knowledge about yourself that is going to get you where you want to go. It's anchoring the belief that you are a success before the success happens in your life. It's you with that utter believing, assuming that all is going to go well. All is going to go well in your life, that you're healthy, that you're whole, you're happy. Most importantly, you're free. You start realize that oneness of self. You become the divine self, the God within that they were telling us about in Scripture that said, no, there's a deity over there. You got to believe in that. That's bullshit. God is within us. He dwells within us. He's given us the gifts that keeps on giving, but you got to learn how to use it, man. You got to understand who you are. You got to understand the true purpose of your life, because once you understand why you're here, to create experiences in your life. Your soul wants to expand, but we keep it all bottled up, man. We're afraid to show the world our true self. That's fine. If you want to do that, God bless you. However it may be. Me, I want my soul to see everything, man. So I'm just going to keep shooting that shit out every day, and my thoughts and my feelings, and letting life give it all back to me. Let life give you what you desire. It's you opening up the box, man. It's you, letting go is letting in. When you let go of the walls and let them crumble around you, you are going to create the most amazing life. But it's you getting past yourself. And I'm going to say Napoleon's one. This is how powerful belief is. Talking about Napoleon here, and I'll let you guys enjoy your Tuesday. If you do not conquer self, you will be conquered by self. Indeed, powerful statement from Napoleon. This is a guy that went and visited his troops when they all had all these, I mean, I forgot, typhoid, I think it was, or I forgot what disease that they had. Very contagious diseases. I just did a search on this and I forgot, man. I got so excited. But he went and visited his troops as they were all with these very infectious diseases from the war. Mind you, no mask. Walked up, touched them, said thank you for your service. He had the belief that he could never catch it. And guess what? He never did, man. It killed thousands of his troops. But this guy was walking from in and out of hospitals. He was touching patients, giving them praise and thanking them for their service. I mean, that kind of courage in life and realizing the true power that we have. I mean, he wasn't a very nice guy indeed, but the point being he had great points about life and conquering self. So understand it for yourself that you can conquer anything in life, but you have to let go. You got to let go of the old self to bring in the new self, man. And you got to radiate that every single day. So really understand it for yourself. Enjoy. I got a lot of recycling of paper, guys. America's Mentor _radio on Instagram. Hashtag America's Mentor on YouTube. Much love for the new subscribers on YouTube. You guys are friggin' awesome, man. Really, really grasp what I said. It's just opening up that, that electrical panel that I was talking about last night that I got on my wall here. I only have like 5 little switches on it. Now you have 15 to play with in your own mind. You start mastering each one. You create an assumption by that, your belief about it. Watch how the world shows you. Guys, enjoy your Tuesday, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon, man.